Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Redskins Talk TV. This is your host, Dre. I just wanted to come up with this pregame analysis. We got the 3-8 Washington Redskins, our squad, doing bad this season like last season, but we're going up against the 7-4 Indianapolis Colts. Everyone was kind of hyping this up to be the matchup between RG3 and Andrew Luck, but RG3 having been sidelined, basically benched for the rest of the season, in place of Colt McCoy as a starter. I'm not happy about that, but, I'll go ahead and support Colt McCoy. Like I said, as long as he's donning the burgundy and gold, it's my job to support him as a loyal fan of the team. But I'm still, an RG3 fan, all the same. But anyone that's under center, I want them to always do well. But anyway, when we're looking at the breakdown for this, when coming into the offense, looking at the stats at ESPN.com, NFL.com, basically offensive-wise, Indianapolis is second in the league in total offense. Redskins 14th in the league. Not surprisingly, with the Indianapolis Colts, pretty much in every offensive category when it comes to passing, they are number one. So Andrew Luck is definitely lighting it up. He's got a decent offensive line that's going to help him keep him upright, as opposed to what we had with RG3. Andrew Luck, he does make some better decisions, but he also throws some ducks up there. So he has that opportunity as far as getting more interceptions, as far as throwing interceptions. But he's quick to pull the trigger. So that's one of the biggest difference between him and RG3. When it comes to the run game, they got Trent Richardson, which is also came from that same draft class of 2012. Didn't last too long in Cleveland. Now he's in Indianapolis. Hasn't made much of an impact when it comes to the running game. A good portion of the offense with Andrew Luck throwing it up in the air. They have T.Y. Hilton, very dynamic wide receiver, kind of the same mold of a Deshaun Jackson. A little bit smaller than Deshaun Jackson, but about same physique in terms of size, 178 pounds, 5'9", very, very fast. So he can get open. So I'm going to talk about that when it comes to the play of our defense. But as far as what we need to do on offense, Colt McCoy basically getting the ball out of his hands. It's going to be interesting to see how the offensive line responds to him having Morgan Moses and Tom Compton, the bookends, being able to try to stop the pass rush. Right now, our best offensive lineman is the center, Corey Lichtensteiger, but you have Sean Laval at left guard, Chris Chester at right guard, all liabilities with the exception of Lichtensteiger. But the offense, Colt McCoy is going to have to get the ball out of his hands. I think this could definitely be a big game for Deshaun Jackson getting down the field, as long as they don't have the safeties deep to try to stop that passing to the deep end of the field. So short intermediate routes, let the receivers get the yards after the catch. Hopefully we'll have a productive game there. Jordan Reed's probably still going to be out due to injuries. That persisting hamstring injury that's been keeping him on the sidelines. Really like him, but it's kind of hard for him to stay on the field. So this is going to be a responsibility for Niles Paul. Good receiving tight end, not too great on the blocking if he's got to stay in for that assignment, but excellent pass catcher when he's focused. He can really make a lot of things happen. So match up against him and the linebackers or safeties is going to be very critical. So he's going to have to get that separation off the line of scrimmage and running his precise pass routes. He's going to definitely have to work on that. But getting open, I think Colt McCoy and him can make a really serious connection. Hopefully Pierre Garçon will show up for this game. He's been kind of an afterthought, hasn't gotten the ball thrown that way. On occasion, when he does get the ball, he does make a lot of things happen, plays with a lot of anger the way a receiver is. Like I said, he's the biggest receiver that we have on the squad, so jamming him at the line of scrimmage is not the easiest thing to do, but getting him out of the play, unfortunately, because we haven't had the greatest of offense going for the past couple weeks. So he seems to be the forgotten man, but hopefully he can have a productive game this game around. But when it comes to our offense, run the ball. This is something that I preach each and every week, because Alfred Morris finally eclipsing the 100-yard mark, but leaning on the run game, no matter how stout the defense is, chipping away at them, being able to convert third downs, because that's another one of the key emphasis on our offense is being able to convert third downs, feeding a steady dose of Alfred Morris to the defense, drawing that safety up to the line of scrimmage is going to allow for one-on-one coverage with our wide receivers and the corners. That should be an easy matchup for us. I can imagine most of the game, their corners going to play tight on our wide receivers. So getting that separation off the line of scrimmage, beating that jam is going to be crucial. But it all hinges upon getting Alfred Morris the ball. So hopefully Coach Gruden will call a sensible game to where it could be heavily involved for Alfred Morris, because he seems to be another forgotten man, not that much on offense. Right now he's about 7th or 8th in the league when it comes to total rush yards for the running backs throughout the league, which is upsetting to me, because when you look at the fact that, excuse me, I had a bug all up in my face, but when you look at the fact that you have DeMarco Murray for the Cowboys, offensive line is really opening holes for him. He's making good decisions, protecting the ball. Every other game seems like he's putting it on the ground, but he's still doing the damn thing at like 1,400 yards, leading the league. So and by the way, fuck the Cowboys. I haven't said that in a while, but fuck the Cowboys. We really need a good run game. We need to be able to get our wide receivers open. Colt McCoy making good decisions. Alfred Morris pounding the ground. Call the ground game. Now, when it comes to our defense, this could potentially be a train wreck for us once again. Andrew Luck puts that ball up, and it seems like whenever he puts it up, T.Y. Hilton is always open. So being able to get the jam on him, because he's a smaller receiver, very quick, very speedy, but being physical with him at the line of scrimmage, staying in his hip pocket, because he is the playmaker on the offense. Can't forget they also have Hakeem Nicks. He's been kind of not necessarily a bust in the league, but ever since he left from the Giants, really hasn't had much of an honorable mention. Got a couple, he's got a touchdown, especially against the Patriots, but he's one of those players, when he gets open, he can make things happen. It's also when he's healthy, but most teams are double covering T.Y. Hilton, and it's leaving him open, and also the tight end Cleaner. So he's another one to watch out for. But most of the emphasis on the offense, because I don't think they're going to be able to run too much on us. Still can't sleep on it, because Trent Richardson, the way our team plays sometimes, defenses will end up having a career day playing against us. But as far as the offense, us not being able to stop the run, it's going to really hurt us, especially if our defense cannot get off the field on third downs. So getting that pressure on Andrew Luck is going to be extremely crucial. He's smart, reads defenses, calls audibles, but like I said, he can throw a duck up in the air and leave it open for the defenders to intercept. So hopefully we can get some turnovers with this game, but the corners have to jam at the line of scrimmage, allow for our pass rushers to apply that pressure, get Andrew Luck uncomfortable in the pocket. He can tuck it and run it, so he's not afraid to do that. He's a bigger receiver than RG3, not quite as fast, but he still makes things happen with his legs, so we're going to have to keep him in the pocket where he can be seen. That's basically it as far as the special teams. We really need to do a lot as far as getting up the field. Also, when it comes to defense, Redskins were 8th overall, so it's a little misleading with that number. I mean, being 8th in the league out of 32 teams is good. However, statistically, our defense has allowed more points to be scored against us. So being 8th in the league, but having teams score on us early and often is really killing us. Indianapolis Colts 16th in the league, but they still make things happen. I think when it comes to the run defense, that's once again where we are going to shine. So getting the ball in Alfred Morris's hands, that is going to be crucial. Special teams, they've been carrying the load, well, doing their part for as much as I can say. So they haven't been a letdown like they did the first couple games of the season. But now it's just a matter of making the field short, the returners being able to, break through that wedge and get some positive yardage on punts, getting up the field if it's allowable, but at the same time not running laterally. So I think what was the last game or the game before last, they put Deshaun Jackson back to return just to see what he can do. I like Andre Roberts, but he tends to pull an Antoine Randall L, running laterally, juking and jiving in the same place while defenders are closing on him. So that's really annoying to me. But these are just some of the things that we need to do in order to beat the Indianapolis Colts. It is going to be a tough game. I mean, Andrew Luck is an outstanding young quarterback, definitely a future Hall of Famer the way he's playing. If he can get more wins, Super Bowl wins, and I, want him to be successful, but not against my team, obviously. But nothing really critical against him. I'm just hoping that we get a win because, once again, winning does wash away the stink of losing. We'll see what happens if the offensive line can protect Colt McCoy in a way that they weren't able to protect RG3, but that's a different story altogether. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave the video at that. For all my Redskins family and just anyone that watches this video, go ahead and leave the comments, bam, wherever it is in there. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Hit that like button, share the videos. And once again, to my Redskins family, hail to the Redskins.